Today I'd like to discuss a recent release by SAHPRA communicating to the current medical cultivation license holders for 22C1B regarding GMP certificates. So essentially what it says is that these current license holders may apply for a GMP certificate. And that's particularly important for not just current license holders, but future license holders, is the question whether or not the current licensing is going to start being split around those that have GACP normal standard licenses and those that are in possession of a GMP certificate for that facility, which will definitely have a direct impact on future offtake structuring and deals. I also want to just have a look at this comment in the statement, which says that the GMP certificate will be limited to these facets. Now, I can definitely see how it might relate to drying and curing and packing for GMP, but it's been well established by SAHPRA that they are evaluating and reviewing it closely according to GACP, Good Agricultural and Collection Practices. Now, if we compare that maybe with the Eurolex Volume 4 Annex 7, the manufacture of herbal medicinal products, there's definitely clear guidance on the use of GACP for cultivation and GMP finding its way into the different elements of whether that's going to be in packing or whether it will be in drying and curing. So for me, the question I ultimately have is how extensive will the GMP certification extend into the process? And if I go further down in this release by SAHPRA, it says, SAHPRA will evaluate whether the conditions of a licensed facility meet the GMP standards as relevant for cultivation of cannabis. Now, by cultivation of cannabis, does that mean the entire value chain? Because if it does, then we are really talking about a GMP standard that's in alignment with what would happen in Denmark, Germany, Canada having moved over from GPP to GMP, where GMP standards are being applied to the entire value chain of cultivation. And this is maybe where my question lies is it going to be primarily that the GMP will be for the conditions of the packing and perhaps drying and curing of the site, so you would still cultivate under GACP and maybe release packaged good under GMP, and therefore that will be what the certificate is for? Or will the certificate apply more broadly to the entire value chain falling under GMP? And that's really what I'm quite interested in hearing, and I'm sure we will hear a lot more in the coming days and weeks from SAHPRA on this point. And further, I would really appreciate and enjoy more information that comes out regarding GMP standards when it comes to processing and extraction specifically for cannabis.